Hey guys, how's it going? In this video, we're going to take a look at older leaders that have recently been buffed with the release or the common release of FP06. We're going to do one deck for each color. Now, this isn't to say that these new decks for the older leaders will now be at the top of the meta. Some of these decks I'm going to show are still not going to be great in the current meta, but at least with the new cards, they are better than they were in set 5. If you're looking for deck ideas for the new leaders for set 6, I've actually already made a video on that. I'll leave a link in the description, you can go check that out. I give deck examples for all the new leaders that are coming out. If you enjoy the content, consider leaving a like and subscribing to the channel. I actually want to give a big thank you to everyone that's already subscribed. We were able to hit 300 subs before the release of set 6. Yeah, so a huge thank you to everyone that is subbed to the channel. Okay, let's not waste too much time, let's get on with it. So we're starting off with DaimaKu, and in set 6 there was 2 new cards that were introduced, which were Shin and a 2-cost Goku mini, which are here on the right hand side. Now Shin is a 3-cost card that on play it will self-awaken for you, and then you can play a Daima card that costs 2 or less. Now the one that we most likely want to play is the new Goku mini. It is only a 15k attack, but hopefully with kind of the aggressive self-awaken style that I'm running, you should have your leader flip by the time you want to play this card. And if you do, you can use your leader's ability to boost it to a 25k. And the 2-drop Goku also has the ability to discard 1 card to put himself back into active mode so that you can swing again. So it's just good for some early pressure. If you don't want to play the new 2-cost Goku mini, there is the OG Goku mini, which is still great, right? 2 energy, 20k power. It takes a life, and if your leader's awakened, it becomes a 30k by itself, right? You can add your leader ability to that, make it a 40k swing for 2 energy, which is quite good. Still running a lot of staples. We've got 1 copy of Kefla. We've got your full set of Gohan. We're running hit. Again, we're going to self-awaken early in this list, and hit is a great way to do it. I've seen some decks that are running Dispo. There's like this 2-cost Dispo. I'm not really that big a fan of it, purely because if you want to keep it on the field, you have to remove a card from your life. The problem is that card that you remove goes to your drop and not to your hand. That's what I don't like, right? I'll just rather play hit, self-awaken, and get that card to my hand. I have seen a couple of lists that run the Dispo over hit. Personally, I prefer hit. We'll see, maybe Dispo is the play. I just don't like the idea of self-awakening and not getting that to my hand. It's just going straight to the drop. It's not like with Nappa, like you self-awaken, but that goes to your energy, so at least that life that you lose benefits you in some way. With Dispo, that life that you're going to put in the drop is not going to benefit you again. Daima doesn't really use cards that recycle from the drop, and so yeah, I just don't like it. We're running a full set of Goten, it's just I'll draw 1, and then they've unlocked for most of the cards here. I believe it's 5 or less, 4 or less, sorry. So yeah, look for everything here apart from your double striker and your super combo. We're also running Whis. Whis is just a good red card, right? Just good red staple. Then we have our Glorio, 3 copies of. This is mainly going to be your finisher. I'm also running 2 copies of Goku, the double strike, just in case. I don't know if it's better to have this Goku or just run full Glorio. I'm still not sure. Obviously, I haven't really tested this list, so it's hard to say, but for now, it's just there. It's possible it gets taken out. Also running 3 copies of New Adventure. This is just great for, again, applying pressure. Where you're going for that final turn is just great extra power to punch through, and it only costs 0. And lastly, you're running God Kamehameha. Just to help, you can pair this with Fua just to help remove some bigger threats if you need to. So yeah, this is the Diamond list. Still mainly a lot of like the red good cards, but now with this new Shin into Goku, you're able to push a lot more pressure and build a wide board fairly early on into the game. So yeah, from 0 to hero, from the worst blue deck in the game to potentially, I believe, the best blue deck in the game, Daima Vegeta mini. I can't believe, like, when this card came out, when the starter pack for this came out, it was so bad. No one was playing it. It just wasn't good at all. And now in set 6, I mean, and it's mainly thanks to some insane promo cards. This deck has just resurged. Like, the comeback is crazy for this deck. If you don't know what Vegeta does, because maybe you've never played him, when you awaken up full life. When you awaken for 1 energy, you're able to bottom deck a 1-drop. Before, that was just not great because there weren't many ways to reduce cards by like a lot in order to use this ability. And if you're able to bounce cards or bottom deck cards, there were already tools that could do that, and they still are. But now, paired with some of these cards I'm going to show you, is actually a lot better than you may think. We're starting off with obviously our cantrip, have Marin, just staple, good blue card. Pilaf, because it's Pilaf. We're running Giran over like Zamasu. Giran is basically what Zamasu is. The benefit of running Giran in particular is that it's an Earthling, so you can actually recycle it with something like Pilaf. So that's why we're running Giran. Goten, another good blue card. 2 copies of Vegeta. I'll explain why in a moment. We're running Videl. I'm not sure if Videl is going to stay in this list. It's possible I take it out, but it's good. I mean, early game you want to kind of defend your life a bit, and having Videl there to kind of recycle your hand is pretty good. So yeah, for now we keep it. We have Tamagami number 1. This is one of the promo cards that came out in this set. As long as your leader is Vegeta Mini, your card's cost increased by 1, which can be useful when avoiding like certain removal cards, because obviously some removal cards have like a cost restriction attached to it. But also when attacking, you can choose one of your opponent's battle cards and reduce its cost by 2 for the turn. Automatically, you can say for 4 energy, you can bottom deck a 3-drop, more or less. But you can pair it with Giran if you want to. There's other ways to pair it. Now, the second promo card, and one of the crazier cards in this deck, is this 4-cost Vegeta. On play, if your leader is Vegeta Mini, you can choose all battle cards and reduce it by 3 for the turn. Let me say that again. All battle cards are reduced by 3. And then when he attacks, you choose a battle card that costs 1 or less and place it at the bottom of your deck. If you have 5 energy, effectively for 5 energy, you can bottom deck 2 4-drops for 5, which is insane, right? You play Vegeta for 4, Vegeta will reduce everything by 3, will swing, bottom deck a 4-drop, and then with that extra energy, you can use your leader ability and bottom deck another card 4 or less for 1 energy. If you have 6 energy, you can bottom deck 3 4-cost cards. 1 with Vegeta, 1 with a leader, and 1 with Giran if you have it in your hand. So yeah, this card is insane. It's really, really good. Really good card. And it swings for 30 as well. Like, it's, yeah, so good. The other card is actually quite insane, and it's only a rare card, is this new 5-cost Vegeta. On play, again, if your leader's Vegeta Mini, you just draw 3 cards, which is great for the late game when you need like a good hand size. Amazing. Draw 3, then reduce the cost of a battle card by 5. So now you're saying that for 5 energy, or like you can say for 6, right? Because you need the 1 extra energy to use Vegeta's ability. You can bottom deck a 6-drop. You could bounce back to the hand like a 7-cost card with the help of Goten for 6 energy. So yeah, these two Vegeta cards in particular are actually very, very good for the deck, and is what is essentially given Daima Vegeta a new lease in life in the meta. I think is actually the number 1 blue deck at the moment, I believe. I would play this over Vegeta, personally. Yeah, I think I would. We'll have to see how things go when the meta actually develops, but I really do like how this looks. Also running the secret rare double strike from this set, the childhood Goku. The extra card we're looking to pair with it is actually Final Hope Slash. We're running 2 copies of, obviously this can be picked up with Pilaf. It's a 20k, obviously that gets doubled because of the ability of Goku childhood. So now you're adding 40k to it to make it 75k for 6 energy. And then whatever power you have in your hands as well to add onto it, which is quite a strong double strike, I think. And then we're running 3 copies of Zeno because you just need that board clear. Zeno is just a great way to do it. And then we're running 2 copies of Sinister Sickle and also 2 copies of Absolute Lightning. I think that, I mean, I've seen builds that are running like 3 to 4 copies of this. I don't think you need that many at all. Given that you have cards like Vegeta here already, which is going to be great for removal. And then you have like your Giran and your Goten to help as well. I don't think you need that many tools to get rid of like 4-cost and below units. So I think 2 is fine, just in case you don't happen to find Vegeta. But honestly, Vegeta's probably a better option. And then Absolute Lightning, because Broly is probably going to be prevalent. The new Broly leader and the new cards associated with him will probably be quite popular when the meta does drop. And so you really do need a way to remove it. And Absolute Lightning is the best way to do it. And which brings me back to why Vegeta's here. Now, normally, obviously in the Vegito list, you'll use this card to bring the 3-cost Goku and then do your whole shenanigan with the double strike, and then you add this for power. In this deck, Vegeta is here simply to recycle Absolute Lightning. In the Broly matchup, you need to be able to get rid of Broly turn after turn after turn. And you only have 2, so once you use the first one, getting 2 is going to be unlikely. That's why Vegeta say you play Vegeta, let's say you're on 5 energy, or for example, on 4 energy, you use your first Absolute Lightning. Then on their turn, they bring out another 8-cost Broly. So when the turn comes back to you on 5 energy, you can play Vegeta for 2, bring back Absolute Lightning, play Absolute Lightning for 3, get rid of it again. So yeah, this is purely here to deal with Broly. But yeah, I like this list. I have tested this list. I think I even made a video on it. trying that out. It's really good. It's a really good list. And I actually think it'll do well in the upcoming meta. So yeah, that is Daima Vegeta. Next up, we have Gogeta. Now, I think in general, black isn't going to be super strong in FP06. I don't think it'll be the weakest color. I think red will be the weakest color, but I don't think black is probably like second weakest, honestly. Boo is still prevalent. Angel Q is still prevalent. And those two decks do quite well into black. Black has a tough time dealing with those two. However, black did see some buffs. The new Gogeta, which we have 3 of over here. We have the new Chi-Chi, which we also have 3 of in this deck. Both great cards. And to be honest, they're going to be black staples in probably most black decks going into the future. Now, I could have chosen Baby Vegeta to showcase in this video. I just wanted to show Gogeta because I just like Gogeta more. Most of these cards you guys know already. I don't need to explain it. From the Hercule, Power Brothers. Now Hercule can actually pick up Chi-Chi as well, which is great. Trunks, there to protect your other black cards. I'm not running Kakarot. Generating the energy market isn't as important as it used to be, especially in Gogeta. But we do have Goten just in case we need it. However, I doubt it, honestly. And when I say generating the energy market, I'm talking about like turn 1/2 of the game. Yes, you want to cheat out your secret rare Goku, but honestly, it's not. I don't know. Nowadays, I feel like it's not as big a deal now compared to when black first dropped. We're running 2 copies of Great Ape Baby. I'm not sure if I want to keep this, but for now, it's good. Helps remove 3 drops from the board by comboing them. 2 copies of Goten, mainly to deal with Jiren. Like it bounces 4 drops or below. So yeah, we just have that for Jiren. If we don't need it for Jiren, it's still a 10k in hand, which is great. Glorio, standard. Bardock, standard. 3 copies of Goku, nothing new there. 3 copies of Gogeta. Honestly, if I could, I would add 4. Maybe I can add 4, we'll see. This card is great. It will help in the yellow matchup, especially against Super Buu. It will help. But you need to stall out the game heavy to get to, which might be an issue. We'll have to see. But yeah, if you can stall out the game and just play Gogeta after Gogeta, then you have a good chance of actually winning the game. Because Buu doesn't have like the best ways of dealing with big cards. They can lock it, they can freeze it for a turn, but actually removing them, that's a different story. And then we have 3 copies of Ultimate Sparking and 2 copies of 10 times Kamehameha. The reason why it's 3 and 2, I mean, you could do 2 and 2, and then you can boost Gogeta to 4. I'm prioritizing, I want to see Ultimate Sparking more in my hand than I do 10 times Kamehameha, mainly because it's good into Super Buu when they want to go Kid Buu into Babidi into, let's say, Buff Buu. Right, you can always lock down the Kid Buu when they try and swing with their Buff Buu at 3 life, when you're at 3 life. So you can play this, defend it, and lock down the Kid Buu. Obviously, if you have Gogeta on the field, that Buff Buu can't restand itself, which is great. Also, is great into Broly. This card is great into the new Broly. When they swing with their leader and transform the 8-cost Broly, for example, into a 9-cost Broly, I have in testing, even though the leader swing is only a 20k, I will literally burn my energy marker to play this card and lock their double strike from playing, from even attacking, or the 8-cost 50k Broly from attacking. Just with this card alone, just stop that attack completely. So yeah, I really want to, you really do want to see this in your hands if possible, especially against Broly and against Super Buu as well. I think those 2 decks, you really want to see this. Yeah, I think this deck is not bad. I don't know how well it will fare in the meta, but I think it's probably one of the better black decks you can play right now. So yeah, give it a try. Let me know what you think. But I think it can do quite well. Maybe you can win locals with this, honestly. But yeah, that is the Gogeta list. Moving on, we have Gohan for green. Now, I want to give an honorable mention to Android 17, which also did get buffed because of the new cards. Android 17 now, I believe the best way to play it, take out your 8-cost Cell and literally add in 9-cost Broly. I've made a deck with 4 copies of the secret rare. Yes, it's 1 energy more. However, 9-cost Broly can wipe the field outside of 1 drops, rather than Cell that only gets rid of 2 cards. And also, you don't lose the energy by playing Broly compared to the 3 energy you have to discard from your energy pool for Cell. So yeah, Androids with 9-cost Broly seems like the new way to play it. The reason why I didn't showcase it in this video is because Android 17 has been good since like set 3 or midway through set 2, one of the 2, somewhere around there. And so I want to give Gohan a chance to shine. It was a set 1 dominator, and as soon as set 2 dropped, it fled off the face of the earth, never to be seen again. Now, I'm not going to say that Gohan is back in the meta, far from it, but it did get some new cards. Its power has gone up quite a bit because of them, but I still don't think it's enough to even compete against the better decks in the format. But regardless, let's go through it. We're running Gohan and Chi-Chi. Gohan searches for Saiyans. Chi searches for Gohan or Goku. Chi is good because it doesn't have a cost limit. So it can search for secret rare, both secret rares. We're running the Gohan secret rare from set 1, and we're running the Goku secret rare from set 5. Searches for both. Searches for obviously your 6-drop life Han. Searches for your super combo. This is the one we're using. It actually searches for your super combo. Let me just double check. Yeah, searches for super combo as well. So we're running that. Then we're running this 3-cost Goku. Helps us ramp early. Also helps deal with Jiren against red matchups, which is great. Running the full set of Trunks. Normally we'll play this off of our 5-cost Gohan because 5-cost Gohan can protect Trunks to make sure that Trunks is removed by KO so we can get the ability to ramp using this card. We're also running a full set of Android 16. Now this is for 2 reasons. I mean, it's a blocker which helps us and it's protected by Gohan, so we actually get to use it as a blocker. Also, once it goes into our drop, once we've used it to block and it goes to the drop, we can now activate our new 5-drop Gohan, which released in set 6, which effectively, as long as Android 16 is in your drop, you play this for 5, you can send it to the drop and play another Gohan from your hand that costs 6 or 7. And the card we're going to play most of the time is the OG secret rare Gohan from set 1. This card you play, on play, you can discard 1 card and wipe all cards on the field that are 5 cost or less. However, the drawback is you can't attack if you use this ability. And you also go down 1 card for playing it. So yeah, it has quite a few drawbacks, but it is essentially a board wipe. I mean, on turn 5, when you're able to get this out for 2 turns earlier, you are more or less board wiping everything. So yeah, it's good to see that this secret rare has kind of found a way back into the meta a little bit, if only a little bit. But I do want to give this deck a try and see how well this will work. I don't think the secret rare is great, but hey, we've got a new way to bring it out for cheaper, which is good. Life Han we're running only 2 copies of. You don't get many chances to play Life Han, but it's still good to have. 2 copies of 17 to 18. This helps with control. There's a double striker, and our other double striker is a secret rare Goku, just the 1 copy. I think that's perfectly fine. I mentioned super combo. Then we're running 2 copies of 8-cost Broly. Don't really want more than that. 8 energy is probably the most we'll get to, if that. I don't see us getting much higher than that. Then we're running 2 copies of Gigantic Meteor and a full set of Destructive Strength. Obviously, Destructive Strength is just there to help us ramp, and Gigantic Meteor adds extra defense in the late game. Also, to mention Trunks, if you have the option to, you can play it off of Gohan. These 3 drops are mainly going to be played off of Gohan. So yeah, this is the Gohan list. It's an interesting list. I have to see how it plays. I haven't tested it, but it could be interesting. It's possible we don't even run Broly in this list, but we do need some way to deal with like big threats, like 6 or more, anything 6 or higher. So that's why Broly's there. Anything else, our secret rare Gohan can deal with. But for the big boys, we kind of just do need Broly to help out if only a little bit. Again, I don't think this deck is going to jump up in the meta rankings. If you really want to play green, Androids and the new Broly is probably the better ones to go for. But if you're a Gohan one-trick, then this is probably how Gohan's going to look moving forward. So yeah, if you love Gohan and you love playing Gohan in your tournaments, give this deck a try. See how it does for you. And finally, for yellow, the most improved card or the most improved leader is Yellow Vegeta, I believe. Now, this is mainly because of the new 1-drop extra card results for training, which effectively act like Gallic Guard. I've mentioned this before. As long as you have a rest mode battle card, you can play this for 1, it adds 15k and you draw 1 card to replace itself, which is amazing. And I'm wondering, DK, what if you don't have a battle card? Let's say they remove it and you no longer have one. Now the card is useless. That's where barrier cards come into play. And we're running 3 copies of the 4-cost Frieza. Frieza, obviously being a barrier card, can't be removed by any skills whatsoever because it can't be chosen. The only way to remove Frieza is to attack into it. And given the nature of Blue Vegeta and how the deck works, attacking over 30k is going to be very difficult given the amount of defensive extra cards that this deck can have. Now, also I want to mention, disclaimer, I did not create this list. This list I literally took from watching Iceloom. I was watching one of his streams and he was playing a tournament with this exact list. And I found the deck extremely interesting. I thought it was really good. And so I wanted to showcase it here. So yeah, I didn't make this list. Iceloom made the list. So I want to give him the credit for that. And this is literally 1-for-1 the deck that he used in the tournament. Every card is the exact same card that he used. So going through it, we have 8 cantrips. We're running Bulma to help us recycle our extra cards. Frieza, good red card. Majin Buu Evil. Did I say red card? Yellow card. Good yellow card. Majin Buu Evil, yellow staple. Janemba, yellow staple. 4 copies of Goku, Blue Goku. Again, another yellow staple, just good. These 4 cards here, just great yellow cards in general. We also have the single copy of Vegeta. Now, I don't know why it's a single copy compared to like 2. I guess you're more reliant on your barrier cards and that's why. And you have so much removal anyway. Well, not removal, you have Final Explosion. Maybe this Vegeta isn't as important. Maybe. I don't know. But I assume he's a far better player than me, so I'm not even going to question it. 1 copy of Vegeta. 3 copies of Frieza, which makes sense. This is the card you're most likely going to use. Once you hit full energy, you put this down, and then every turn after, it can literally be only Frieza on the field. You may not even need other battle cards, and every turn you just tap 2 energy to get rid of a card with Frieza's ability, and then you get, at the end of the turn, you get that 2 energy back. So even if you don't play another card, you're now sitting with like 5 energy and a bunch of extra cards to defend yourself the opponent has to get through. We have 1 copy of Kid Buu. We have 2 copies of Golden Frieza. I did play a match with this deck whilst testing against a Jiren player, and just having Golden Frieza is so useful, especially in a red matchup. UI Goku is still a thing. UI Goku is still a thing. Obviously, the new Broly's will be a thing. I mean, Broly's are a thing. Unfortunately, Frieza doesn't work on those Broly's because they're able to switch themselves into active mode, which is unfortunate for Frieza. But you can use Frieza as a removal, right, if you're able to. But yeah, that might be a bit tough. We got our super combo. Then we're running 4 copies of Resolve Training, 2 copies of Time Rewound, 2 copies of Blue Power Awakening. This is another way to get rid of Broly. You can use it on your activate main for 2 energy, and you can KO. Let me double check. I haven't used this card in so long. She has 1 opponent's rest mode battle cards with a cost of 6 or more and KO it. There you go. If it's against the 8 cost Broly, the 50k one, you'll need 2 because you need to KO it twice, basically. Or you'll need this paired with like Frieza if you have enough energy to do it. We have Energy Absorption, another great yellow card. Hell Raksasha, going to be great into Broly. Similar to Ultimate Sparking for Black. If they swing with their leader and then go into their 9 cost Broly, literally Hell Raksasha, the leader swing, just so that you can lock down the Broly. It may seem like, oh, you're blocking a 20k swing and adding 25k power for it is not worth it. If it's to lock down double strike Broly, it's worth it. And then we're running 3 copies of Final Explosion to help. And finally, we're running 3 copies of Final Explosion. Helps against any aggro matchup, whether it's DaimaKu, whether it's Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta, whether it's Ripku. Yeah, Final Explosion is just good dealing with all of those. So yeah, that is the list. Again, I didn't make it. Shout out to Ice Loom for this list. I've only played it a little bit, but from the little testing I've done, it actually does seem quite strong. Obviously, once set 6 does drop on the client, I will delve deeper into this list and see how good it really is. But yeah, that is the Vegeta list. And that is all the new decks I'm showcasing in this video. Just wanted to do 1 for each color. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Set 6 is right around the corner, so look forward to that. I plan to do a pack opening video on the client once it drops, and also just delve straight into these new leaders and the older ones and get some content out for you guys trying out some of these decks. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you think of the decks. I hope you guys have an amazing rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one. Take care, guys. Peace.